Hey there. Thought I would jump on and work a little bit and see what I can get accomplished because I need to get some stuff accomplished. You know how that is. So got my stuff, and I actually have taken. So, okay, so my tablet is muted. It's supposed to be muted. I muted it already. Thank you, Samsung. Right, because nobody listens to me. Even I don't want to listen to me. So anyway, so I've already taken some pictures of stuff. I've actually already listed a few things on Poshmark today, but I have some things to list on eBay that I've just been putting off forever. So I went a few months back to Goodwill, and I found this lot of Lionel trains, vintage trains, like pre-war, post-war, but pretty old. But most of them are not in very good shape. They should be sold as is. They should be sold. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to get my mouse to go over to my tablet. It won't do that. So trying to see if I can see the chat, because that would be good. So anyway, let's see if I can do this. So I bought these trains, and I thought I'll just sell those locally, so that I don't have to ship them, and I don't have to clean them, and I don't have to research them. And I've had them listed for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months on Facebook Marketplace, and they're not moving. And the last straw, the very last straw, was when I got a message day before yesterday, I think, from someone that said, you know, I've got them listed for $80. And this guy said, would you take 25? Hey, Amelia, how are you? And I said, you know, I can't really do that. Well, he wanted 25 with free shipping because he's a disabled vet. And I'm like, I can't really do that because it doesn't make sense, right? You know, because it'll cost me it's 50 pounds probably, or 40 pounds worth of trains. So, you know, I'm like, I can't really do that. It'll cost so much to ship them. And then he comes back and says, well, I have $31. And I'm thinking, if you have $31 and that's all the money that you have, you probably shouldn't be buying these trains. And $31 isn't enough to ship them. So that kind of like frustrated me to the point where I cleaned them all 2 days ago and put them in lots. And today I took pictures of them. So I'm going to try and get those listed. I'm not really sure what each one's worth, but I think I can still get my $80 parting them out, maybe a little more. Had they not been in such rough condition, probably more than that, but I'm still excited to sell them. Let's see who we've got here. Hi, Kim. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're having like tons of sales, because I've had kind of a slow weekend. I've only had 2 sales so far, both on Poshmark, nothing on eBay. I've got my regular store, and I have another account. So I've started listing stuff there, and I only have like 30 things listed there. But they're all toys. So I haven't sold anything there, haven't sold anything in my regular store. I am running a sale, but it's just not working. So we'll see. I thought maybe if I listed some more, maybe that will prompt some sales. So I am going to go over here to my eBay and get started. Let's see. Okay. So it looks like my locomotive. I'm going to list those for about $28, I think. Oh, hi, Dahlia. Working 9 to 5 full-time, Poshmark part-time, and you're having good sales. Good. I have thought about getting a part-time job just to have, you know, some regular income and to I don't know, see people. And I'm just not convinced yet. And Ahmed really doesn't want me to work. So there's that. Yesterday, the wind was so crazy here. Totally blew my plants off the porch. And fortunately, my husband took care of that. So I didn't have to deal with that. That's not what I wanted to do. You know, I haven't done one of these working hangouts for so long, and I feel kind of out of sync, which you can probably sense because I'm kind of all over the place. I'll settle back in. I promise. I will. Hey, Kiari, it's good to see you. Hope things are going well in your neighborhood. Hopefully I can log into my account here. Hoping to make Poshmark my semi-full-time when I retire in about 4 years. You know, I am pushing more and more on Poshmark. I really enjoy listing there. It's a lot, you know, it's really easy. It's simple. I wish they would give us a couple more pictures because sometimes I feel like I can't get all of the details in if it's kind of a more sophisticated. And I don't even think collage pictures give you, you know, a big enough view. But anyway, I really enjoy it there. I like those fees being taken right off the top. I usually get my money the next day when I request a, you know, a disbursement. So I'm really happy over there. And so far, I haven't had any issue with feedback or any of that stuff. So I'm pretty happy over there. I would like to make it probably at least 75% of what I'm doing and keep eBay, but really scale it back so that I'm only selling things that will sell instead of things that might sell like I normally do. Some things I'm still listing on eBay though. I listed this jacket today that's probably for somebody closer to my age, and I just didn't feel like it would do well over on Poshmark. So I listed that on eBay, and I think it'll sell pretty well there. So Sandy has become Cat Sandy recently. My grandson was here last week, and he was playing with Sandy. They don't come here very much. I usually go to their house. That way I can leave. But I love them. It's just, the noise and the all that. But they were here last week, and we had a great day. But he came up to me and said, Nana, I love Cat Sandy. And Holly says she thinks he's differentiating that that's Cat Sandy and not Sandy the squirrel from SpongeBob. So that was her guess. So now he's Cat Sandy. And day before yesterday, I made yogurt. I have an exciting life, don't I? I made yogurt. I've made it before, and I've done like the old method where you heat the milk up and then let it cool off to a certain degree, and then add some yogurt cultures, and then wrap it in a blanket and let it sit for 12 to 18 hours. And I thought, this is an easy method, but I'll forget that I've got yogurt sitting. And so the other day I was in Volunteers of America, and I found a yogurt maker for like $4, and it was brand new. And I brought that home, and it made 7 little jars, like 7, I think they're 7-ounce jars of yogurt at a time. And my husband ate some yesterday. He said it was pretty good. It's just plain yogurt. Like I've said this before, my husband's culture, they eat yogurt like on rice, kind of the same way we do sour cream on a potato, and which I don't like yogurt on my rice, but he does. And so I like to make fresh yogurt because it's honestly cheaper than buying the big quarts of plain yogurt. So now that I've got that down pat, I think I'm going to try and make like a mozzarella cheese. Because I'm trying to be more homemakery, but isn't it hard? I mean, haven't most of us gotten away from being a homemaker? That sounds like such an old term too. That sounds ancient. It almost sounds repressive, but it's not. I mean, I think it's great if you get to stay home and do stuff. I'm trying to master bread this weekend. Or not this weekend, this winter. It's going to take me longer than a weekend to master bread. But I made some good bread. They were like a yeast roll kind of thing last weekend because I forgot about them and let them rise forever, because that's what I do here. I forget. And they actually turned out better than any I've ever forgot, any I've ever made. Yeah, it's honestly, it's just a little machine that keeps the yogurt at the right temperature. That's all it essentially is. And it comes with little jars that you can store the yogurt in. But for the longest time, I thought that's foolish for somebody to buy a yogurt machine. But actually, it turned out to be a much easier process. So I'm kind of happy with it. All right. Got that first listing done. First listing. Let's see here. Hey, Kim. I know I've been busy too, and that's why I haven't been around. I mean, it's been a busy summer, and I've honestly been lazier this summer with my online business than I have been in the past. So I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things in the wintertime because I won't go out as much anyway. I hate cold weather. Um, Dahlia says that she's for anything that makes things easier. Me too. I mean, everything doesn't have to be hard. I watch all of these videos where people are, you know, they want to craft things from scratch, which is wonderful, but not everything has to be done like the Amish would do it. You know, you can use devices to make things easier. So I'm all for that. Let's see. So it's chilly here on Sunday. I have not even opened, I haven't even opened the front door because I'm not going out there if I can avoid it. So anyway, Halloween this year, they're actually doing on Halloween for our neighborhood. Last year, I worked on a costume like in September. I was so pumped. This year, I'm like, I don't even want to buy candy. And it's in 10 days, I guess. So I should probably do something. Kim says we just got back from Missouri to see my son and grandson and daughter-in-law, and it was raining and cold. Yeah, it was. It's not fun here in the Midwest right now. It could always be worse, though. Our houses aren't underwater for the most part, so I guess we should be thankful for that. It's been weird summer weather this year. It got cool for us at like the beginning of September. It was in the 60s. What am I, 22-year-old September? Anyway, it got cool here at the beginning of September, and I thought, oh no, we're not going to have any kind of Indian summer. And then it got back into the upper 80s and stayed that way for weeks. And I think that's come to an end now, which it should be by now. We'll need to have a good freeze and kill everything. Then I'll go out and clean the plants off my patio and stuff. Cat Sandy, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know if I've posted anything about this, but Jackson is no longer with us. He's been gone for about 6 weeks now. What? Come on. He's been gone for about 6 weeks now. He was an indoor-outdoor cat, and one day he just left and didn't come back. So them's the breaks. We had him for about 3 or 4 years. So it's sad when that happens, but he loved being outside, and we just couldn't keep him in without him making us miserable. So unfortunately, life expectancy on outdoor cats is not very good, unless you have a farm cat. Those tend to do a little better. And his sister has a cat that looks just like him. It's an outdoor barn cat. And they named it Sir Meows a Lot. See, RB eBay is going up and down. We're still downsizing too. Yeah, mine does that. I'll have a spurt where I'll have 4 or 5 sales in the middle of the week, and then nothing for a while. I'm not getting questions. I'm not getting offers now because I took best offer off when I started my sale. Just nothing happening right now. And trying to correct like the item specific issues with clothing. Since they're kind of changing the wording in those item specifics. And then I have done a couple of those. Hey there, the comfortable life. Boy, that's the goal for everybody, isn't it? I haven't enjoyed doing those product, I don't know what they're calling them, the product something that they're making us do. Hey, Nancy. I've done a couple of them. They're not fun. On some of them, I'm not going to go through creating those product pages just because I may never sell that carafe again. And I just don't think I want to go through all of those steps. It's not fun. Not a fun process. Wish I could keep a thought in my head today. My heavens. So my best friend visited last weekend. She came and spent Saturday with me from 11 in the morning until after 6 at night. We ate snacks. We ate chili. I made white chicken chili. And she talked me into watching the movie It, which is not my kind of movie. But I have to say that it was not as bad as I thought. I mean, it was actually well done. Here we go. But yeah, just not my cup of tea, but it's okay. So I've been having blonde moments lately. Let me tell you of 2 instances that happened. So I was at Home Depot with my friend Andy, and we were walking past this clearance rack, and it had garbage disposals on it. And I said, Andy, I'll have to tell my husband these garbage disposals are on clearance because mine hasn't worked for 3 years. One day my garbage disposal just quit. And she said, well, did you push the reset button on the bottom? I didn't know there was a reset button on the bottom. So I came home and I pushed the button and the thing works again. So that was blonde moment number 1. And then my husband and I will like pick a Netflix series and we'll watch it all. And then we'll go to the next Netflix series. So I decided that instead of trying to make him watch English, an English program, that we would watch an Arabic program, and I'll read the subtitles. And we were watching this series that has about 30 episodes. And about halfway through the 15th episode, the subtitles switched to Italian. So I couldn't understand the show anymore. I got a little of it from the Arabic, a little of it from the Italian, but I wasn't really fully getting the full story. So he would stop after every 2 or 3 or 4 sentences and tell me what just was said and what's happening. And we did that for 11 episodes. And I was telling my friend Michelle about it, and I said, I don't know, like, I don't know what happened. I've contacted Netflix. They really can't help me with any of this. They said they were working on it. So she said, well, did you go in and did you change the subtitles? I'm like, the language on my account is English. I checked it, then I went and changed it to something else. Then I changed it back, and it just isn't, it's not working. It's so weird. She said, yes, but did you go to the show and change the subtitles? And I'm like, no. So it turns out that in every show, like in the menu for every show, there are subtitles and you can choose the language. I did not know that either. So after him translating 11 episodes, I actually was able to switch that. And it's not that I'm a stupid person. I guess I just don't know what I don't know. So enough of my boring story. I feel like I used to be better at this. Nancy said, I just went and adjusted some titles on some of my listings, increased some of my prices. Then I sold one of the items at a higher price. Isn't that crazy, Nance? That sometimes it's not about price. Sometimes it's just about activity and bumping up your results in the search by making that activity. Well, good for you for selling something. I haven't sold anything on eBay all weekend. Trying to figure out what kind of track I've got. Is it this? I think it's this. Okay. Not that. Okay. A 50 triple D bra. I'm trying to imagine how big that is. That's a rather large bra. That's a rather large bra. And I always wondered, how did they, because the next letter would be an E. Well, how do they decide that there is a big enough gap between an E and a D that there's a triple D? I don't know anything about that stuff. Don't know anything about it. Yeah, it has been slow for fourth quarter, but I have not worked as hard as I could. So I'm hoping that I can change that. Maybe, I guess maybe it's like shoes. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the measurements up and down, side to side. I got nothing. I don't really know how it works. I know is I know what to buy when I need one. Up a Nussler. Hey, how's it going for you? We are just having a working hangout here, trying to get some things listed on this chilly Midwest afternoon. May not be chilly where you are. It's chilly here in the Midwest. I recently realized I was wearing the wrong bra size, way too small. That's how much I know about bra measurements. There's my blonde moment, right? Listed 7 so far today. Good for you. I think I've got 3 done on Poshmark this morning. I've taken pictures of about 10 or 15 items for eBay, and I have more on Poshmark. I'm going to try and get some listed. I think I'm going to spend about another hour here trying to get things listed. I listed quite a few yesterday. 10 on Mercari. I cross-posted 10 to Mercari. 6 on Poshmark, 4 on one eBay store, and 2 on Etsy. Nancy can brag about wearing shorts and a tank top. Well, you live in Florida. That's what works down there. I guess it's a trade-off. You've got to deal with bugs. All right. Enjoy those pictures. Got to deal with bugs and sand down there. We're going to have to deal with salt and snow up here. Do any of you struggle with not being able to get out of your own way? I mean, there are definitely people that are much more organized than I am. Better prioritized. No bugs if you stay inside. Yeah, better prioritized. I just feel like with my organization, I can't seem to get out of my own way. My basement is destroyed with inventory. There's so much down there you can't turn around without bumping into something. So I'm going to be working on getting that done today, and that's why I decided to go online, go live today, so that I could keep myself accountable and make myself sit here and list. Sometimes that's what it takes. Let's see. Let's see here. Come on. So I've listed 3 items on my baby. There they are. I'm like, I can't find them. Can't find it. know how to organize that stuff. Moved to a different state. I left all of mine back in North Carolina. Listen, I don't think it's an option for me. What I am going to do is continue to work through the inventory and really ask myself, how much of this stuff am I really going to list? Most of it for sure, but there are probably items in there that I will put off until, you know, I'm on my deathbed. So I think it would just be better to redonate some of those things. I've got some stuff down there too that I need to get listed on Facebook Marketplace so I can get rid of them. I don't have enough space down there to buy these big things that I'm buying, like I did when I had my storage unit. So I'm just going to have to sell them for a reasonable profit and just move on with them. So at least in theory, that sounds like it will work. The other option is just give it to somebody so that they'll get it out of my house. Connie, no, I just listed these things yesterday. I've gotten several likes. I don't expect much, but I thought it couldn't hurt to cross post some items since they were really a cut and paste, and I had the pictures still on my desktop in a folder. So I went ahead and cross posted there. For some people seem to get a lot of sales there. I have gotten a few, but not many. I don't even get many offers or questions there. So I'm hopeful, but I don't know. I'm not going to put a lot of energy into it because I just don't think it's as fruitful as some of the other things I could work on. It's like Bonanza. People talk about putting stuff on Bonanza. From what I hear, a lot of people don't sell on there. Yeah, that's what I've heard from several people, is that they just don't sell there. Okay. Text my husband and told him I was going live at 1:30, and he said, I'll call you at 1:35. What a joke. What a joker. Let's see. I have this here. You get more sales on Bonanza than Mercari. That's amazing. I haven't met many people that have luck with Bonanza. Oh wow, Nancy only sold one thing of Bonanza in a whole year. Let's see. I guess these don't sell. Not saying I get a lot, but you do get a few, about one a month. Well, if it's no effort to put the things there and you're going to get a sale out of it a month, I guess there's no harm. Okay. My other store is, I haven't done a lot of stuff in it. Haven't worked it a lot. It's not even a store. It's just an account. And I have 12 feedback. Pretty impressive, isn't it? What? What? Come on. Are you coming up, Cat Sandy? Come on. Come on. You're no help. Come on. There you go. All right. You're not much help. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to have to work on some talking points. I guess. Yesterday, I was watching a video on YouTube, and there's a cutout between me and the kitchen here. And he was sitting in the window there with his hand, his foot, I guess, his paw, over the screen. Aren't you? Because you're a jerk. This rotten cat. I don't even like you. Holly, I thought Holly was going to come today. Well, Holly ended up going to Cleveland for the weekend. Looks like her BF is going to transfer up there. His job's going to transfer him up there. So he's up there. He's been up there for the past week. He'll be up there for this week while they're setting up offices and stuff. So she decided to go see him with the kids and stay the weekend. Sounds like good times. Holly always makes it lively. I think she needs her own YouTube channel. She's a riot. Some of the things that she says. I don't know where she gets it. Yeah, I agree, Nancy. She's hilarious, but she's like, it's so spontaneous though. How would I ever make a show out of that? I don't know, but you're funny. It used to be funny. And then they put me on this mood stabilizer. Now I have no personality. The things we do. You know, when I was younger, I used to wonder why old people were so crabby. And I've decided that I don't know. They just are. Because the older I become, the crabbier I am. And I don't like that. But it's true. Where are Chris and Linda? Chris, I haven't heard from. And except earlier. And then Linda is at an auction today. Sorry about that. Yeah, I hope she gets some good stuff too. I'm not exactly sure what it was that she was looking for there. I don't remember if she told me or not. But usually when she goes to an auction, it's because she's got a specific item that she's looking to get. This cat has made me so itchy. Yeah, you're the one. What are you doing, Cat Sandy? Excuse me. I've become that old lady I used to talk about, the one that yells at you for getting her parking place. Yes. Yes, I have become that person too. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that we're older and we just don't care as much to show restraint, the same restraint that we used to. I don't know if some things just bother us more than they used to. But I am definitely a grouch. And it just is what it is. Let's see. And I keep telling myself I don't need to be concerned about what other people are doing, or, you know, because when I win this $6 billion Mega Millions and forget about it. I didn't win the big what is it? 100 billion, no, 1 billion Mega Millions. I don't do numbers apparently. We just don't care. That's true. I care a lot less about what people think now than what I used to. And it's a good thing, I guess. But I wish it didn't come out so snarky most of the time. What's that lady's name on the Hallmark? Like cards, and she does other things too. Gosh, what is her name? Is it starts with an M, I think. Is it Madge? I don't think it's Madge. I got a rabbit hole. Let me go look this up. Maxine. Her name is Maxine. Life's too short. You have to be snarky. Yeah, I caught myself yesterday giving the clerk at Walmart a lesson about customer service or lack of it. I bet she loved that too. You know, there's that coupled with, great, my YouTube just stopped. There's that coupled with the fact that I need to be in control of situations, which means I want to tell people how to do stuff all the time. And I don't need to do that, but I do, but I don't need to. There's a struggle in and of itself. And then you mix that with the fact that I'm a snarky old biddy, and it's not a good mix. This might start talking to me again because my YouTube stopped. And there we go. Okay, it looks like it might work. Let's see if it will. Yeah, it's silent still. But yeah, I don't need to couple the two things. But it happens. I'm talking so much I can't get my listings done. Good, perfect. But they're happening. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner today, but I'm starting to get, or lunch today, but I'm starting to get a mite peckish. It's hard to have a chat and not talk. Right, exactly. It is so tough. Let's see. I didn't want to bore you guys again with yet another haul video, and I'm supposed to not be buying. So coffee and chocolate for lunch sounds wonderful. So I'm trying to just work. Working is not the fun part. Buying is the fun part. Selling is the fun part too. But it's all that pesky stuff in the middle. The cleaning and photographing and researching, I don't mind. Today I don't mind it. So wonder how fast I can whip together a pizza crust. So I think I've got everything to make a homemade pizza in there except crust. I don't think I've ever made homemade pizza crust before. But I probably have everything to make that too, so I guess I can research it. Do a little YouTube video. That's how I learn everything these days, YouTube videos. Men are even grouchier than we are as they get older, from my experience. Thank gosh my husband is so much younger than me, so that by the time he gets that grumpy, I won't be able to hear him. I think that's just a bonus. Nancy says it's easy. Does it take very long? That's the issue. Like, will it do its leavening and all of that in 15, 20 minutes? Let's see, what else do I have here? I think I just got Cat Sandy is in the photo box. My husband is grumpy when he's so grumpy when he drives. No one knows how to drive except him. I just leave him home most of the times. Takes about 30 minutes more. Okay. What was his name? Shoot. The comedian. Yeah, I gotta figure out what his name is. And I know his name. Come on, Google. Jeff Dunham. Jeff. Let's see. George Carlin is who I'm trying to think of. He always used to say that people in front of you were idiots and the people behind you were crazy. Like the people that drove too fast were crazy. The people that drove too slow were idiots. And that's kind of how it is. Now, my husband drives like a grandma and wants the GPS to go everywhere. He has no sense of direction. He doesn't remember how to get places. He just wants to use the GPS. But I think I know how to get everywhere. And a lot of times I do know how to get where we're going. But it just causes an argument if I try to tell him how to drive. So what we do is when I drive, we don't use the GPS and he says nothing. When he drives, we use the GPS and I try to say nothing. And that's how it works out. I don't always make it, but I do try. Oh my gosh, he was hilarious. I listened to his audiobook last year, his biography, actually his autobiography. And he actually died while they were producing that. And so like the last half of the book, his brother reads it. And he sounds so much like George that you almost feel like it's him reading it. And it was a good story. Like he married his wife. She was from Dayton, Ohio. And it's just a good story. I like George. I like Georgia a lot. Tell you who else I liked. Mitch Hedberg. Funny. Just the way he thought about things. He just had such an off-center way of thinking about things. Very funny guy. And I want to tell my husband to shut up. I'm driving here. I can get out and walk. Pretty much. Yeah, get the audio book because I prefer audiobooks because when I'm driving home to Kentucky, I've got 3 hours to kill, and some audiobooks are about that length, so it's perfect. But Mitch Hedberg, if you don't know him, he's unfortunately passed away too. But if you don't know him, he's definitely worth checking out. You know, some YouTube videos. He's got some pretty funny shtick. Definitely worth it. Yeah. One of his favorite lines was, I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too. Or my fake plants died because I didn't pretend to water them. Just the stuff that he would like think of would crack me up. Let's see. One more thing. I've got one more of these lino parts. We at least attempt to keep our grouchiness in check. We try to do that too, which I'm much more grouchy than he is. My husband is so laid back and so patient, which makes me go, you're just being nasty. Nobody wants to deal with that. And, you know, step back and say, you know, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to yell at you. I'll just shut up now. So, but it's a struggle, especially when you're a woman and you have to tell so many people the things that they need to do anyway when you're running a household. It's hard not to be grouchy and bossy. Let's see. Multi-control traits. Let's see, does this have that? Yeah, this is what I've got. Okay. All right, my husband just texted me and I told him I'd be done in 15 minutes. So we'll wrap this up here in about 10. Did get some stuff listed though, which is good. And are you one of those people like this? Not only am I grouchy, I'm a little bit crazy too. So I got something going on with my scalp, which I've never had before. Something weird, some kind of red, patchy, weird, bumpy stuff, which again, I've never had before. And having had melanoma already, of course, everything in my brain is now melanoma. I convinced myself that I'm dying of skin cancer, refusing to go to the doctor because I don't have insurance. And then I have to WebMD myself down to, you need some tea gel shampoo. I'm like, that is just insane. That's the kind of stuff I do, but it's insane that I do that sort of stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why I do it. I guess I'm just as crazy as every other American here. Maybe a little crazier than some. What would we do without WebMD, though? I need it to talk me down off the ledge occasionally. Connie Googled every disease at least once. Oh, that's pretty funny. Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that. I mean, I know some people that are kind of, they'll make up diseases even though they don't really have that disease. I get that, but you know, I have to turn something from it's an actual illness into something I can manage. And that's what we'll go with. And I'm also obsessive, and it's not an easy thing to be and I've learned how to write it out a little bit. Like this morning, my obsession was learning how to make pancake art, because wouldn't the grandkids love that? This has all started with a conversation in my head about what am I going to do with grandkids when I see the grandkids the next time, the older ones. And I thought, pancake art, I'll do that, because it's all about, you know, me trying to impress them, apparently. And so I get on this tangent about pancake art. I have to learn it. And then I start watching these pancake videos, and I'm like, I wonder if I have these jars, these squeeze bottles already. And then I'm like, wait a second, you are not going to go and spend $50 on pancake art supplies. And I have to completely talk myself out of it, or I'll be obsessed about it and I won't think of anything else for the next week. And I'll spend all this money on it, which is ridiculous. It's not easy being me. So yeah, I'm off the pancake art tangent, but who knows what it'll be next. Control, you're right. I think it's because we're not in control of very much. Let's see, that will fit in a padded flat rate, but I don't think I want to put it in one. Maybe I can put it in one of those. We're not in control of very much at all. I'm not kidding. Yeah. We want to be in control of everything that we can, because we're not in control of the big things. All right. I think now that we've had all these existential and deep, meaningful conversations,
I would get off here and make my lunch. Thank everyone for hanging out with me and helping me get some things accomplished. I did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things listed, which I am happy with. I'm gonna go eat, and I probably will get back to work. But I wanted to come and hang out with you guys for a while. So thanks so much. I will see you soon. I will try to do this again soon, and I will try to have better material, if at all possible. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.